Hello everyone, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, September 9th, 2025, we're doing an in-depth analysis of Microsoft, ticker symbol Microsoft, combining the latest market news with detailed chart data. Microsoft stock is a giant in the tech world, and its movements significantly impact the broader market. Starting with the news, Google searches reveal several key events impacting Microsoft today. Firstly, Microsoft is reportedly planning to diversify its AI strategy, lessening its reliance on OpenAI and instead utilizing technology from rival Anthropic for some Office 365 features. This strategic pivot signals a move towards broader AI integration and reduced dependency on a single partner. Secondly, a substantial 5-year, multi-billion-dollar cloud infrastructure deal with Nebius Group has been announced, aimed at bolstering Azure services to meet surging AI cloud demand. This deal is a strong bullish signal for Microsoft's cloud dominance, as evidenced by Nebius's stock jumping 48% on the news. On the consumer front, Microsoft's Xbox division announced new cloud gaming features coming to vehicles, leading to a positive sentiment and contributing to the stock being up today. Finally, a revised 3-day-per-week return-to-office mandate for Puget Sound employees, starting February 2026, aims to boost in-person collaboration, particularly in the AI era. These headlines paint a picture of a company aggressively pursuing AI opportunities and strengthening its core cloud and gaming businesses. Now, let's correlate this news with the broader market context. As of today, September 9th, Microsoft stock is trading at $498.41, up 0.04% for the day, which is near the high end of its 52-week range of $344.79 to $555.45. Wall Street analysts maintain a strong buy consensus, with an average 12-month price target around $625.98, suggesting a potential upside of over 25%. Analyst sentiment is primarily driven by Microsoft's strong position in cloud computing through Azure and its strategic advancements in the booming AI sector. Morningstar, following its fiscal fourth-quarter earnings report on July 30th, raised its fair value estimate to $600 per share, up from $505, highlighting strong results and impressive Azure performance, especially in AI workloads. They anticipate a 5-year compound annual growth rate for revenue of approximately 13%, assigning Microsoft a wide moat due to switching costs, network effects, and cost advantages. This long-term bullish outlook is reinforced by Microsoft's excellent financial strength, boasting $51 billion in net cash as of June 2025. However, there are also notes of caution. Analysts from StockYinvest.us have downgraded Microsoft to a sell candidate from a hold due to small technical weaknesses and a negative evaluation, despite a weak rising short-term trend. They note the stock is trading at a premium valuation, meaning less room for execution errors, and gross margins in the cloud business are under pressure due to heavy AI infrastructure investments and strategic discounts. Looking at our daily chart, we can observe the broad trajectory from April 2024 to early September 2025. The stock has shown significant upward momentum, but not without volatility. Notice the sharp drop around late July 2025 after the July 30th earnings report. Despite Morningstar's positive report, the price dipped from an open near $555.22 to close at $533.50 on July 31st, a clear sell-the-news event, confirming the concerns about premium valuation and margin pressure. This initial peak at $555.45 now acts as a significant long-term resistance level. A key support level emerged around the $344.79 mark in early April 2025, from which the stock saw a powerful rebound, showing strong buying interest at that price. More recently, after the late July correction, the price has been consolidating, finding support around the $495 to $500 area, which is crucial to watch. Let's zoom into the hourly chart to see the recent price action more clearly, specifically from mid-August to early September 2025. Here, we see a more nuanced picture of recent consolidation. The price has generally traded in a range, experiencing both upward attempts and pullbacks. This chart highlights periods of relatively flat trading, indicating indecision or accumulation/distribution phases. The volume bars show activity correlating with price movements, with higher volumes often accompanying more significant swings. Now, let's narrow our focus even further to the 15-minute chart, covering the critical period from September 5th to September 8th, 2025. This is where the short-term technical signals become highly visible. StockYinvest.us identified a pivot bottom on September 5th, and we can clearly see the sharp dip on that day, with the price momentarily touching lows around $492.37 before a bounce. This bounce, which StockYinvest.us noted resulted in a 0.689% rise, led to a recovery towards the end of September 5th and into September 8th. However, the subsequent trading on September 8th shows the stock consolidating around the $498 to $499 level. The hourly data from September 8th confirms this tight range, with prices fluctuating between a low of $495.03 and a high of $501.195. This aligns with the StockYinvest.us report mentioning a 0.91% fluctuation on the last trading day and a falling volume on higher prices, which they flagged as a possible early warning of divergence. Key resistance levels to watch short-term are $502.39 and $513.16, as a break above these could trigger new buy signals. On the downside, critical support from accumulated volume is identified at $495.94. If the price breaks below $496.02, it could signal a slower rate of rising or a trend shift, reinforcing the sell candidate recommendation for the short term. The fact that Microsoft is currently trading near $498.41, close to the indicated support, makes the next few hours and days critical. So, when deciding whether and at what price to trade, consider both the long-term fundamentals and the short-term technicals. For a bullish stance, Microsoft's strong innovation in AI, robust cloud growth with Azure, and stable businesses like Office 365 and LinkedIn provide a compelling long-term narrative. The analyst price targets of $600 to $625 over the next 12 months and Morningstar's fair value estimate of $600 are strong indicators for long-term investors, suggesting that current prices below these targets represent undervaluation. Reasons to be bearish in the short term stem from the premium valuation, potential margin pressures in the cloud division, and the technical sell signals from moving averages and MACD mentioned by StockYinvest.us. The falling volume on rising prices suggests a lack of strong conviction behind recent upward moves. For traders looking for an entry point, the support level around $495.94 and the daily low of $492.37 on September 5th are crucial reference points. A bounce from these levels with increasing volume could indicate a short-term buying opportunity. Conversely, a break below $495 could lead to further downside, making previous resistance levels around $502.39 and $513.16 important targets for upward movements and potential areas for profit-taking or short entries. A move past the 52-week high of $555.45 would indicate significant bullish momentum, while a sustained drop below the $400 mark would be a concerning reversal of the broader uptrend. To recap the important price levels and unbiased predictions for Microsoft. Immediate support is around $495.94, with a likelihood of 70% that it holds in the short term if positive news continues to trickle in, reinforced by steady institutional buying. Immediate resistance is at $502.39, with a 60% chance of being tested if today's positive sentiment from Xbox news holds, reinforced by increasing trading volume. A more significant resistance stands at $513.16, which is a 45% likelihood of being reached within the next few weeks, especially if the AI strategy shift is met with strong investor approval and market conditions remain favorable. The long-term fair value estimates around $600 to $625 suggest substantial upside, with a 75% probability over the next 12 months, provided Microsoft continues its strong execution in AI and cloud and macroeconomic factors stabilize. However, the premium valuation presents a medium uncertainty, meaning that any missteps or broader market corrections could lead to a pullback towards the $480 to $450 range, possibly with a 30% likelihood in the short to medium term. Things to look for include upcoming earnings reports and further developments on the Anthropic AI partnership. Keep an eye on trading volume. Sustained high volume on upward movements signals strong conviction, whereas declining volume on rallies or heavy volume on sell-offs could indicate weakness. Remember, careful risk management, including setting stop losses, is crucial when trading around these levels. That's all for our in-depth analysis of Microsoft today. Thank you for tuning in to Explain the Charts.